Hello everyone. So now we are heading into our second major writing project, which is going to build on the social issue that you discovered during your autoethnographic research and essay. There was some social issue or social phenomenon, something happening within your subculture that was socially meaningful. We're going to stick with that theme, stick with what you discovered and what you wrote about. And we're going to carry that forward in our writing project 2 and our writing project 3. So our writing project 2 and 3 are kind of like a part A and part B of the same project. Anytime we want to learn more about an issue, about a topic, and gain a more multifaceted, angled perspective, and thus a more real and honest and truthful perspective of any kind of issue, we need to do the work, get in there and gather voices, gather credible voices together of people who have researched this problem or issue or thing and have written about it, and we need to listen to them with an open mind. That act of listening is such an incredibly important part of research, because we do research to learn, not to validate what we already know. So that act of listening is really important. And so this writing project 2 is all about gathering together and listening. Okay, we're not writing the essay yet. What we will do in writing project 3 is we're going to write an essay with all of the, based on all of the new information that we have found about this issue, and add it to what we already have experienced in our own life. And so writing project 2 is a synopsis of research. So you're going to look at this social issue that you've been writing about in our first writing project, and you're going to name it. Name that should be in your thesis, but name that social issue, and then you're going to do research. We are going to go out and we are going to gather 5 credible voices, 5 credible publications where researchers, credible voices, organizations, people have written about this issue. And 2 of them are going to be peer-reviewed articles, and at least one is going to be a local source. And by local source, I mean anything that has been published in or about the issue happening in Arizona. Even if you're not in Arizona right now, I know some people are moving around a little bit with the online class, but it's going to be a local publication about the issue or situation in Arizona. And you're going to gather those together, and you're going to write this synopsis. So a synopsis is just kind of like a presentation of your sources, and it will open up with a short introduction where you tell your audience, okay, this is the issue or the condition or the act that we are examining, and this is why these people have been gathered together. And then you're going to provide a synopsis sheet for each of the sources. And here's an example. Let me show you what that will look like. This is hard to wrap your mind around this without seeing one, right? And so here's an example. This is a stakeholder synopsis of globalization's relation to indigenous language loss. Okay, so the whole idea of globalization is the effect of it is we're losing a lot of languages, a lot of cultural languages. And so this is what this synopsis is going to be about. So here's the introduction. It's just going to be about a page, double-spaced, but then you're going to get into the synopsis pages where you're going to have the title of that source, and then you're going to break it down. Who is this author? Why are they credible? Why are they worthy to be listened to? When was this published? What is the argument and premise? This is going to be a summary of the article, and why is it relevant, and citation. Boom. Okay, and then you're going to move on to the next one. So there's not going to be any argument happening here, right? It's just a presenting of your sources. Is almost like a report. These are 5 other credible people who have written about this subject that I'm writing about. And that's going to be what we're going to be working on in the next 2 weeks. So it's going to be a lot of research. I will share more. There's already tips and tutorials about research in our module, and let me get in there. And I will share a little bit more. Let me get back into our modules and show you down here at the very end, and there's a shortcut on our home page, But at the very end, we've got our MLA tutorials, but we've got all of these research tips, okay, and videos and helps on how to use the library, because the library is going to be our first go-to. We can find some really good sources online, but the library is going to be our first go-to. And then we're going to write up this synopsis and listen to what they have to say, analyze what they have to say, and then that will prepare us for writing about it, writing an essay about it for a specific intended audience, which is what we'll do in writing project 3. So let me know if you have any questions.